Oh! I immediately paused the recording. Goody's positioning of the sun, everybody. You know the name, you know the drill. Welcome back to some more Sly 2. Band of Thieves. Last episode, we were on a mission to get every single clue bottle, and now this time, I didn't cut out the phone call from Bentley, because if you remember, he doesn't give you it when you reach the mission marker. So we're just doing some recon photos today. You know, we're doing actual missions. We're on top of here. You ever look at yourself and you realize, damn, you're not special. You're not going to be the big name you thought you were.
John B. Sodden's house. The lair of the beast. The den of evil. The epicenter of ecological destruction.
Okay, Bentley, I needed all that. Yeah, I keep thinking that eventually I might make money off of it, but I'm beginning to realize something. If it wasn't for Hunger Games, I wouldn't have an audience. And you know how I can tell? The audience themselves responding.
Fascinating. My sensors detect a Wi-Fi link to that boat. It must be piloted by computer.
Like, I get it. I'm not your dad. I'm not gonna force you to watch anything of these, but like, I don't know. I watched a video on someone else's impact.
This place is bear country, all right. Interesting. He's putting out a slight radio signature.
Huh? That's concerning for a bear. But I was watching a video on someone's impact in Zelda fan base and what they would go on to do, and I'm like, wow, I'm not special. It's a far cry from where I want to be, but I think at some point you have to realize there's something you want to do versus something you are made to do. And right now I'm at the point where I'm just trying to figure out what I was made to do, or something like that. Where's our next? Man, all the blue in this level is confusing if you're playing as Sly and you have objective markers. Oh, we need saws. And you see, it's stuff like this, which is why I'm not getting anywhere. Because I could have been saying stuff that entire time, but no. I didn't. How is that not... I see the blades of saws. How do object be hidden, game? I have saw. Why take black and white picture when color picture all needed?
I guess this logging camp has been around for a while. Okay, that should do it. Now for the real point of interest. Head for that lighthouse and try to find a way to sneak in.
Alright, so we gotta sneak in the lighthouse. Ooh, this guy has a treasure. Whatever we don't need to grab via a treasure, or just have via coins, is in our buffer for when we gotta do them all again. Always good to have a vantage point. That's something Slide 2 will learn into your head. You ever play like two very similar games and just you notice immediately that they have a different control scheme? So I was playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and then Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And I was like trying to do all the things that I would do in Kakarot, and I'm realizing, wow, none of this shit is working. There's the lighthouse. There it is. Ugh. That green gas must be so disgusting. Yes, I get a connection error. Since I'm playing on the PS3 version, every single time I like take the power cord out of the PS3 so I can plug in another console, because recording setup is limited, and also I don't have separate PS3 and 4 power cables. God, Jiminy.
That's the battery charger, but where's the battery Arpeggio's coming to pick up? Just looking at that spinner makes me dizzy.
Alright, I have the front door.
I was right. The entrance is barred from the inside.
By a chair.
Might as well get a shot of old Jean Bisson. Oh, Sly, listen in. He's mumbling to himself.
Okay.
John, you got it in you. Those lumberjack games need some more competition, eh? What would attract the participants? Bullseye. I'll post the Clockwork Talons as a trophy. That should bring in the competition. Although, who am I kidding, eh? I'm gonna win just like every other year. Oh, it's tough being this tough. It sure is, yeah.
Head back to the safe house. We need to talk about these lumberjack games.
Yeah, how are we gonna steal the talons before they get open? That's pretty good. Pretty good prize, all things considered.
Well, guys, Jean Bisson has unknowingly thrown down the gauntlet. With the Clockwork Talons as a trophy, we'd be fools not to participate in his lumberjack games.
Participate?
Fortunately, due to frequent avalanches, a log chopping guide was frozen in a wall of ice not far from our
I'm
position.
sorry, what?
Sly, you're in charge of acquiring the book. I'm sure it will prove invaluable. Now, we're all aware that Arpeggio's blimp is coming to pick up another battery. To sneak aboard without incident, I'd recommend we pull a Trojan horse and stow away inside the battery. However, the location of the device is still a mystery. We need some inside information. So, working together, you two will infiltrate the Moose Guard's secret RC combat club. Those guys all work in the lighthouse. If you win the battle, I'm sure they'll talk. Despite his antique mind, Jean Bisson's no fool. To keep tabs on him, we'll need to bug his house, steal the radio tags off local bears, and then jerry-rig them into a sensor array. It's a challenging set of tasks, and that blimp's on its way. Let's get to work.
Bentley, Why are we actively trying to participate and win in the games? I'm just saying, we're thieves. It is in the title that we are a band of thieves. So, shouldn't we, I don't know, steal it? I mean, it's the trophy. He's not gonna use it during the plan for the games. You gotta use something else, because you can't use the talons. This hippo is big and he's purple. Actually, that is kind of something that's off, like...
Rumor has it that several off-duty guards meet in that cabin for an RC combat club.
This is going to be great. I haven't been in any RC combat since that job we pulled in Istanbul. It was awesome.
So really quick, I have a question. In cutscenes, Murray is a pale pink. But in this game, he's more of a purpley pink. Maybe even just downright purple. So which is he? A purple? A purpley pink? Or a pale pink? And you know what makes things even worse? When Sly 4 does this, they reverse it. In cutscenes, he's the purpley pink, but in the game, he's the pale pink. So which is he? Me personally, I like the purpley pink more. It's the Murray.
Those guards will never let you into the combat club without a disguise. That old moosehead should do the trick. Only there's no way for you to get up there. Hide out in this barrel while I send in Sly to steal the head.
Damn, Sly's getting played more than Murray in his own mission.
Get the moosehead without being detected. Murray should be able to join the RC combat club without raising any suspicion.
Also, wow, that is dark. Fighting the guards fails the stealth job. Kinda was wondering. Pickpocketing is completely okay. A large gold bar. Mine. And you're just looking out here, alright? You're big chillin'. Oh, man. You know, I really want to go for a chocolate bar there, eh? Got the little look at the gold. Wisdom for you. Now that do has your pointless. What do you have? A sapphire. Oh, neat. And goody, goody, goody. Goody, goody, goody. Let me see, let me see, let me see. T-pose and Sly. This mission's going a little easier than I thought it would. Alright, Sly. Keep real still. It's kind of like that scene in Indiana Jones, where if you have to do a somersault, if you can't do a somersault, then you die. I swear to you, I could survive that trial chamber if it wasn't for the fact of that first challenge. You need to do a somersault. I can't do one of those. Like, IEHOA, I can do that. And I like the invisible path. Actually, that's another thing about... Oh, goodness. About that movie. Last Crusade is my favorite movie, just in general of all time. And I really like the name puzzle. But I was having this argument with a dude my mom was dating, and we're like... He was like, Jehovah is spelled with an I. And I'm like, no, it's spelled with a J. It's Jehovah. And I think he was trying to show me the movie clip that it was an I, but I'm like, he says it's Latin. Oh, there's the moose head. Ah, that's how to.
Hurry, heads up.
You know, the implication of wearing a decapitated moose head is frightening.
Fellas, any of you guys think you can beat the moose? Maybe put a bet on it.
Oh, I'm in, eh? I ain't got a lot of money for this wager, but there's no way I'd lose to a new guy like you, huh?
Why don't you call yourself the Murphy?
That RC combat drone takes some skill to control. Steer with the left analog stick and hold down the X button for gas. After you collect the fallen ammo, press the square button to fire its turret. Here's a pro tip. You can only aim the turret while you're stopped.
Oh, you have to choose. I fired at the guy. Ah! Oh boy, this is...
Money? But I ain't got no money.
That might be okay. It all depends.
Depends on what?
Whether or not you know the location of the Northern Light Battery.
Oh, well, I guess I owe ya.
That is some sensitive information to give away. Like, can we trust this guy? That is some sensitive information to give away to a new guy. It'd be one thing if this was like Donald McDunlap over there, and he's been working this place for 30-odd years, and it's a wonder no one told him. But nah, this is Murray. He told you he's the moose. He doesn't even have a name. He gave you a title and a species. Does Murray wear glasses or goggles? I'm curious. What are your thoughts? I think he wears glasses. Keep forgetting how many shortcuts you cannot take as someone other than Sly. That is the thing about Murray. Even though he's super strong and doesn't need to plap and can challenge every enemy, you kind of forget how the level design works without Sly in mind. Like, it's insane. Alright, so there are just 2 Sly jobs. Yeah, we got time. I stole a bunch of stuff too, so let's sell that off. Have I already commented on how confusing I find Sly's mission markers when you're not playing as him. How come people are immediately onto my location despite the fact I'm using silent obliteration? It is supposed to be silent. I thought that the whole point of the silent obliteration upgrade was that I didn't have to worry about when I silently took down someone and no one else is looking, because I was being silent. Like, don't get me wrong, I've played stealth games before, and I do understand that there are some loud takedowns. That's the danger. That's why you gotta strategically plan and think it out.
Wild bears in the area have been tagged with radio tracking devices. If you could snag enough of them, we should be able to set up a receiver array around Jean Bisson's house.
I'm always up for bugging someone's home.
First step is crawling into that bear cave and stealing the goods.
I'm on it.
Alright, so we gotta crawl into a cave. Man, I don't know if I should talk about this, but I gotta talk about this. I've been farting a lot.
The radio transmitters have all been tagged in their mouths. You'll have to sneak up and pickpocket it while they're yawning.
Sounds safe.
Stay clear of the thin, crackly ice. Walking on it is sure to wake the bears.
I'll keep that in mind.
So wait, you mean to tell me that that noise right there, we walked over the ice, and I didn't hear any anything but footstep sounds from Sly. That woke them up. Okay, that must be extremely sensitive to sound then, if that woke them up from the feather-footed Sly. Alright. You're yawning. When you're yawning, I'll get this off of you real quick. Radio transmitter. Alright, what about you? That's 3 of them. I don't know how... Wait a minute. So this click, clack, that doesn't wake up the bears. But feather-footed Sly standing on the ice for even a second wakes him up? I don't buy that. You see that? Hear that ice crackling noise? That made less sounds than the friggin' tick tick tack, tick tick tack, tick tick tack that the wall hook made. I think I'm just gonna say it. What kind of logic is that? Feather-footed Sly stepping on ice is enough to wake up these bears, but him going click click clack click clack click 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 clack click clack on an ice wall isn't? Okay, buddy. Anyways, I'm doing this all again, so I totally, like, earned it twice over, but... How does this not wake you up? If I were anyone else, I'd be trying to find a different solution to the puzzle, because I'd be like, oh, there's ice in the walls. How am I supposed to get around it? Because the ice makes noise. The floor made a quiet noise, and that woke them up. They're extremely sensitive to sound. How is this not waking up the bear? Alright, that's all 6 radio transmitters.
You can pull that off. Head outside and I'll fill you in on the next step.
Crawling out of the cave, and I'm doing just fine. Also, those bears are barricaded in. Pun intended. Nuh-uh, unfortunately, not intended.
To form a receiver array, you'll have to place the radio transmitters in precise locations around Jean Bisson's base of operations.
Seems easy enough.
Once you're in position, hit the circle button to place the transmitter.
Alright, so we gotta place them. There's one over here. Does this guy have treasure? No, he just has coins. I am obsessively robbing people now because for the first time in the entire game, we came up short after all 3 of the treasures for the gadgets. But I want to put this into perspective, like, we still got a lot done. Without ever really needing to grind out pickpocketing. Pickpocketing has always been a nice source of money, but never needed. So it was nice being able to have all the gadgets without pickpocketing every guard I see for a while. Can't say that about a certain other game in this franchise. Sly 3, ahem. Yeah, I know what you're supposed to do is, like, wait for the penultimate chapter, but, like, dude, these are gadgets, and especially on a first playthrough.
Up your ears, boys. I'm gonna tell you all the tally for last month. The Blue Lumberjack team managed to clear cut 128 acres of forest. Not bad considering they had to kill all them badgers to do it, eh? But now, the Gold Lumberjack team, bless their hearts, those boys chopped down 211 acres. Y'all hear that? 211 acres of progress. Almost brings a tear to my eye. I think about how much wilderness y'all tamed. Keep up the good work, fellas. Not long till we can start putting up those track homes. Yeah.
Again, I really feel like Jean Bisson is the best boss of all the Claw Gang members. They're like, he's being nice to his employees. He's pointing out compliments, and even to the team that underperformed, he's like, yeah, you know, that's pretty impressive considering all the bullshit they had to go through to do it. And he's like not being sarcastic about it at all. Man's actually trying to be a decent guy. He just has no idea what's going on for the modern day. I'm surprised the contestant didn't find him a fascinating subject. And tried poking and prodding further in his mind to see how the days of old went. Give me your topaz. It's not worth a whole lot of coin, but I don't care. Give me. And you, your wallet, it is emptied into mine. My wallet has been built in the backs of others. I'm Sly Cooper. And that phrase can go for a politician or a thief. And somehow, the one who's a criminal is more honorable. I'm Sly Cooper. My wallet has been built off the backs of the working man. And with that saying in mind, you know, I'm a politician. But in actuality, I'm not. I'm a thief. We here at the Cooper Cooper thieving party believe in only one thing. We rob everybody. Much like the politicians. Which is why we believe we'll be a perfect fit for government. I'm never gonna dance again. My feet are innocent, but I don't have rhythm. Unless I am drunk, and I've been in AA before. Why did I whack him? He didn't notice me. Alright. There's 5. Oh, hey, this thing froze over. There we go.
Nice work. The array's up and running.
Sly Bentley Marie. That is 73% a save in tow, and only one more job as Sly. But with all of that said in mind, I think I'm going to end this episode off here. So, next time on Sly 2 on Sly 2 Band of Thieves, we are going to continue going through Jean Bassan's operation and seeing if we can rob him blind. But until that time happens, you know the name, you know the drill, and I'll see you all later. Bye, I guess. I'm not your dad.